Welcome, everybody. I am so excited and humbled and honored and feeling so many emotions right now, as I'm sure that all of you are too. Welcome to Operation Influence Irma. I'm Emily Harrison. I'm the founder and director here at the Akashic Academy. And I've brought together today two Reiki Masters as well as scientifically knowledgeable folks to share with us exactly what's going on with Hurricane Irma and how we can counterbalance using our energy, using our heart, using our third eye, sending the energy, whatever it is that you do. If you have a method that you already do, we invite you to bring that. We're going to share a little bit of information with you guys as well on how this actually works. First, I'm going to take a moment and just share this out. Welcome, Mike and Rhonda, everybody. We're all just going to take a moment and share this out. We invite you to do the same thing. Share it, share it, share it, please. Like it and heart it up. How we get this message out to Facebook, out to the public streams. So I'm guessing that many of you are feeling just a real variety of emotions. I shared that I was feeling excited. It's easy for me to feel excited when the collective comes together to exercise this kind of energy that we have when I'm not being affected personally by what's going on. There are some of you who are close to this storm who are being affected personally, and I'm guessing that excitement or fun are not the words that you're using. I recognize that there are going to be people coming with all different emotions. I just want to take a moment and say, bring whatever emotions you have to the table today. It's the collective of all of us being together in the spirit of wanting to make a shift that is going to be powerful today. I'm going to invite you to share out just a little bit more. I'm going to share out just a little bit more. And then I want to get going. I want to take us into a meditative state, really set our sacred space here together. We'll do some breath work to harness our life force energy. We'll get our heart centers really magnetized. And then we're going to come out of that meditation space just a little bit. And I'm going to, let's say hello to people who are here. Rich is here. Nice. Brian is here. Sonia, then when we come out of that meditative space, it's going to get just a little bit more conversational. It's going to be like we're in the classroom of spirit and meditation all at the same time. We're going to have Mike share with us a little bit of his expertise. Mike is a science teacher as well as a Reiki master. And he's going to share with us his understanding of what's going on out there with the hurricane and give us some really fun ideas. Yes, Dallas found us. Of how we can counterbalance that energy. And then my girl Rhonda, all of you guys know Rhonda from being a member of the Akashic Academy. She's also a graduate student from learning to read the Akashic Records and an esteemed Reiki master. She has experienced moving weather patterns on her farm. And we've talked about her being the weather girl before. She's got a good connection to Mother Nature and the weather. So Rhonda's going to give us her breakdown of what's going on and her ideas as well of the different ways that we can go about shifting this energy. Because there's not one right way. That's a tongue twister. The only one right way is for us all coming together in a spirit of, yay, Amanda Marie's here, in a spirit of love, oneness, unity, and wanting to have a positive influence on what's going on. So let's go ahead and move into our meditative state here. We're just going to do a few cleansing breaths together, a few nice deep breaths. Everybody deep breath in. Breathing in the light into your body, into your cells, and slow exhale. Just releasing any lower vibrating energy that you have, any disbelief, any fear. If you've never done this before, that's fine. Deep breath in. Filling your body with love and light, creating space for more energy, and a nice slow exhale. Letting yourself become very present, releasing all other activities that you still have to do today. One more nice deep breath in. Feeling that light energy move into every cell inside of your body, creating more space for consciousness, for higher vibration. And slowly exhaling. And with this exhale, imagine that central column of light running up and down your spine. We want to send that column of light deep into Mother Earth, moving through the crust of Mother Earth, moving through the crystalline caves of Mother Earth, through that crystalline grid, picking up energy as it moves through the crystalline grid and anchoring deep into crystalline core center of Mother Earth. Feel all of that unconditional love and support, wisdom of the earth plane in this space. And then with your inhale, I'm going to pull this energy back up that central column of light. And it's that energy, as it moves into your body, it's flooding into all of those cells where we created space to hold more light energy, bringing in that unconditional love, that support, that oneness, that wisdom from Mother Earth. But in now taking that column of light and extending it up through the atmosphere, passing through the Earth's atmosphere, passing the moon, the sun, passing our solar system, passing our Milky Way galaxy, passing those other galaxies in our universe, coming up against that invisible boundary there in the universe. And then with one more breath, allowing that column of light to extend beyond that boundary, anchoring into the space of ether, space of the Akasha, space of source energy. Just giving yourself a moment to acclimate to that very high vibrational energy. And when you're ready, pulling that energy with your breath and your intention down your central column of light. Let it mix with the earth energies that we brought in. Feel that energy mixing inside of your body. Feel your cells taking on that energy. Good job. And now let's all drop our consciousness into our heart space. Our consciousness tends to stay in the brain area. So focus on your head, your brain area, and I want you to gather up all of your consciousness, all the energy you're using to process this meditation, these words, gathering that up into a beautiful crystal ball of consciousness. And let's move our consciousness, relocating our consciousness back in the space of our heart. And now we're going to harness our life force energy by circulating our breath. Thank you guys all who are coming in right now. We're going to circulate our breath up and down this giant column of light. And we're going to harness and gather up our life force energy as we do this. So I just want you to imagine your breath is this beautiful ball of energy. And as you breathe, sending that ball of energy all the way up and then all the way back down. Okay, so everybody deep breath in. Sending that ball of energy all the way up to the Akasha, the ether, the source. Exhaling, sending it all the way down to the central center of Mother Earth. And inhaling. All the way back up. And exhaling. Good job, deep breath in. Exhaling back down. Good job. One more round of breath. Deep breath in. And exhaling back down. And again, focus on that heart space. I like that you guys are adding in your thoughts here. Nick says, neon colors to the heart help. Let's imagine green neon energy moving through that heart space. And my boy Sonny's holding the space. He believes in us that we can do it. We can do this, Sonny. All right, so we want all a fluorescent green energy moving out through the heart space. And I want you guys to imagine a donut shape. So you're the center of the donut. Your heart is the center of this donut. And as we exhale, we're going to push energy out through our heart, that neon green energy, and it's going to circle around in all directions and then come back into the back of the heart space. Okay, what we're creating is a toroid field. It's going to increase the electromagnetic field of our heart space. And as we do this collectively, we're going to generate a massive amount of power. You guys, okay? So everybody, deep breath in. Exhaling, sending it through the front of your heart. See that bright green, neon green energy and have it circle back around in all directions. Inhale, we're breathing it into the back of the heart space. Exhale, pushing out the front of the heart, circling around. Inhaling it back in. Exhaling, sending that out with intention, with your torosion, he says. Thank you. I got my science teacher on. I can correct you later. Deep breath in and out. And that energy into the back. One more. And sending that energy out, pulling it back in. Good, and then just allowing yourself just slowly, with all of that energy we've harnessed, allowing yourself to come back to the present, come back to the classroom. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you for all that you guys added in. Back in the classroom now, yo, let yourself come back slow. Oh, hey, I was like a real rapper there, a real poet. So now I'm going to turn it over. As you can see, we want to be a little more casual in this space, okay? We've been in a very deep meditative space. Allow yourself to come out of it. I want you to have your ears perked up so you can listen. Mike is going to share with us, and then Rhonda is going to share with us as well. But I want you to set an intention that even though we're now paying attention, listening, and learning, we're still maintaining that meditative space. So as soon as Mike and Rhonda show us the elements that we can demonstrate and all do together, we'll do those in those moments. We'll be sending energy directly into the places where they direct us. So with no further ado, I'm turning over Mr. Mike Cappo to you guys. I met Mike just earlier this week, and sometimes spirit just causes me to act so quickly. It was obvious that he had a message that it was time to get moving on and some valuable knowledge. So we pulled the trigger and we created this event. So Mike, thank you so much for being the catalyst and helping me create this. And let me be quiet now, and you can share with everybody your perspective of what's going on and the ways that you've channeled to help shift and move the energy. Is he frozen? Oh, wait, yeah, now you're unfrozen. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take myself off the screen so that we just have one less person. And maybe the...
Hello. Well, I hope everybody can hear me. I thank you, Emily, for inviting me to join you and Rhonda for this great event where we can all help influence Irma. I hope everybody can hear me because my internet was sort of fading in and out. Limited time, I'm going to skip a long introduction about myself. Of course, if you want to know anything more about me, message me privately or go to my page. But I just wanted to share with you quickly how hurricanes form. So hurricanes typically come around from the equator where the air is warmer and the water is warmer. And in the northern hemisphere, they twist in a counterclockwise fashion. They require moist air and warm water. This is their fuel. So the second ingredient for the hurricane, of course, is wind that everybody knows of. And that's twisted by a combination of the different global winds and the Coriolis effect from Earth. So usually, as most people know, when these storms come across land, they were deprived of their main energy source, which is this warm water, and they tend to weaken. So that depends, of course, on the strength of the hurricane a little bit. But what we're going to do with our intention through the meditation and a couple of other different energy modalities that you choose or that will guide you through is there are 4 facets that I wanted to cover on how I think we can weaken the storm in a natural way. So the first one I would invite you to do is imagine that the pressure difference between the top and the bottom of the storm, which is one of the things that makes wind move, becomes equalized. So in this storm, there's high pressure at the top of the storm, there's low pressure at the bottom, and wind is going to blow from high to low pressure. So what we want to try to imagine when we're sending energy out is that this pressure becomes equalized. So if there's less difference between the high and the low pressure, then wind will move less. And that's one of the ways that we can affect wind. The other thing I would invite you to do is to try to cool the temperature of the water. Since warm water is one of the energy sources for these types of storms, if we can cool the water, that also deprives the storm of energy. So we'll be working with the air and we'll be working with the water. The other thing we can do is we can create, as Rhonda vortexes and moves the storm, we can create a sense of land with our intention. As I mentioned, most people know that when these types of storms move over land, they tend to weaken. So we can create some quantum land, as it were, between where the storm is, maybe, and where the tip of Florida is, where it looks like it's going to hit at Miami, and then off to the right as well. And as it traverses over our created land, that will essentially also weaken the storm. So we're going to give you some ideas on how to do that. And of course, spin for northern hemisphere storms spin counterclockwise. So as we put our energy out in a nice swirling motion in that toroidal motion, what we want to do is try to spin clockwise.
Okay, cool.
Does everybody can hear me?
I think so. You're cutting out just a little bit, but I came back on to help you, so when it's time to guide us through the different things we're going to do, I can help you do it.
So, just a quick word, because I know we're still on time, about the type of quantum. So this is going to work because there's force between particles that's known as quantum entanglement that science has proven. And knowing this information that travels faster based on spin direction That's how our intention, combined with this energy that we're sending out, can affect the storm, which is also based on spin. So we're going to quantumly connect to our energy, to the storm, to the plan that we're going to create, etc. So I just want to show you a couple of quick mudras. And again, if you want to help demonstrate them, that would be great. If you have a so when we're trying to affect the air, that is called something called Vayu Mudra. So on my hand, your thumb represents fire. The first finger represents air. The next finger represents the ether or space. Your ring finger represents earth, and then your pinky represents water. So what we want to try to do is we're going to reduce the amount of air. So to do that, we're going to just bend our first finger down, and we're going to bring our thumb over it like this. So I hope everybody can see that nice and big. Okay, so that will be reducing the effect. Do this. The other thing that we want to do is maybe balance the water and try to affect the temperature of the water. We want to cool the water, not add to the water. So fire is the act. So we would maybe bend our last finger, our pinky, and put our finger over it, basically making the number 3. Okay, that'll suppress water. So when you're thinking of affecting the temperature of water, this, I think also Emily told me this is known as the trident mudra. That's a good one, really, to water. When we're trying to create our fictitious land, we want to activate earth. So we're going to bring our thumb and our ring finger like this. Okay, we don't want to suppress it like this, like we did the other one. We want to activate it. So we'll just touch those two together with fire and earth being the activator. And when we're thinking about moving over this fictitious land we're going to create, we can activate it doing that.
Okay, yeah, Mike is cutting out a little bit, so we'll thank you, Marty. We'll move through this together now. And how am I? Did you guys hear my sound? Okay, let me know if you have any issues with my sound. Okay, so where should we start, Mike? What should we do first?
Why don't we try equalizing the air pressure first?
Okay, so we're going to imagine the storm swirling out there at sea. Okay, and we're going to imagine equalizing the air pressure above and below the storm. Okay, so I'm going to do this with both of my hands, just holding it here at my heart space. And I want everybody to just take a moment, tune back into that high vibration energy that we created, that powerful magnetic heart energy. And I want you to just all imagine connecting with the storm. Okay, Mike explained, he was cutting out just a little bit, but he explained about the quantum entanglement and the force between all particles. So he was giving us some scientific basis to be able to believe that we are connected. All right, and then we're going to be sending that energy in right now. Imagining just equalizing the pressure, whatever that looks like to you. Sending that energy from your heart space, send it from your third eye. Whatever feels comfortable and like the right thing for you to do, we hold that space for you. And we just want to imagine the equalizing of pressure, top and bottom of that storm. And just breathe. Make sure you're not holding your breath while we're doing this. Feel the energy, tune into what it feels like as we all come together. Powerful energy.
The energy down like this. This is what I'm doing in my mind here.
Cool. Equalizing it.
Like this.
Cool. Okay, so now let's move into the land where we're bringing land up underneath. So we're gonna. I'll do this with the land.
To your thumbs and activate land. Let's make some new land for the storm to move over to help you.
Okay, guys.
Florida.
Seeing that new land coming up from the ocean, rising up. We're creating land underneath this storm. Okay, just to be clear, we're creating it with our imaginations, with our visualization, with our intention, with our mudras. We're sending and creating this landmass out in the ocean underneath this storm, because when the storms move over the land, they tend to dissolve. That's when they dissipate. That's when they break apart. Okay, so with our intention, we're creating this artificial landmass underneath the storm.
It looks like.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say it's imaginary. It's not. It's an imaginary landmass. It's not an artificial landmass, by the way. All right. What were you gonna say, Mike?
was going to say, as the storm tracks to the east of Florida, it's like it's going to bend that way. Feel free off to the east of Florida and into the Atlantic to create some more of this land to continue to weaken it as it moves northeast from its front.
Cool. Okay, what else? What else are we going to do, my friend?
The other thing I think we should do is try to cool the water.
Okay, let's cool the water.
So you make your trident fingers, pull your pinky down with your thumb, and cool the water, which will further deprive energy from the storm.
Okay, so we got the trident mudra, we're sending the energy, they're cooling the water right now. Thank you, Jerry. See your comment. I love Sunny's comment too. Many do believe, including Edgar Casey, that the lost continent of Atlantis exists right over this space here.
Exactly right.
Awesome. Cooling that water, everyone, using this mudra to send the energy. Keep focused on your breath, that magnetic heart energy that we got going. And cooling the waters. Oh, Catherine says we froze. Ha 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 ha. Isn't energy funny? Cool mudras like Mike Cappo, right? I told you, Mike. Mike has awesome energy. I know. All right, Mike. So thank you very much for coming and sharing your awesome energy with us. I'm going to turn it over to Rhonda now so we can be respectful of our time. Even though, Rhonda, I don't want to rush you, my friend. Bring Rhonda back in. Bring her back in. Nope. Hang on. I got this.
I can see.
There we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see, there's a blue line and then a round swirly mass there. That's what I've been using to visualize. And I've been sending energy in this pattern all week. And into my brain this morning magically was have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. So I figure how much harder, how hard could it be, water vapor? So, and that's what we're doing, because our greatest teacher gave us that little quote. So I think we can all move it by just sending our intentions and our energy, and all the Reiki people or whatever, you can just send the energy from your heart space if you don't have Reiki. And what I'm thinking, like Mike, is send that barrier so that the storm back out to sea, and this clockwise spinning little vortex of energy to pull it back out that way and dissipate it. And also that having a clockwise against the counterclockwise will dissipate the winds. It'll just pull it out. So if we can just picture that picture in our minds and send energy from our hearts and from our hands and from our third eye, or in your prayers, you can visualize this. Those thoughts are energy, and they can build the wall of resistance against the hurricane and move it out.
Okay, so Rhonda,
that's how I move clouds at home.
Let's hold that up again, and let's everybody look at the blue line, the blue highlight line, and you're going to see, I'm trying to get Rhonda the full screen there. Yeah, you're going to see that's the area where we want to send the wall. So you have a visual in your mind, and we're just sending our energy all of the ways that we discussed now, creating that wall, that barrier, all working together to do that. Thank you, everyone who's coming in. Thank you all for participating in this. Thank you so much. So creating that wall there, that barrier. And now, let me see if I can move myself over a little bit. I don't know how to move myself totally out of the frame. Rhonda, hold it up just the tiniest bit so they can see the vortex. Okay, see this vortex of energy right out here in the sea? That represents the counterclockwise spin of the storm. We want to now all sending the energy, however you're sending it, we're going to imagine clockwise going right over that. And what it does is going to create a pull to pull that storm back out to sea. All right, so clockwise, the way of the clock. So get your energy spinning that way. And we're all sending it from our heart, from our third eye, from your being, praying, sending from your hands, whatever's meaningful to you. Feeling that collective energy and synergy building. Again, the clockwise spin right over top of that vortex of energy just to pull it back out to sea.
And every time you see it on the television or you see it on your radar screen, you can do the same thing. You can just right over there, you can send that energy using the modern technology, the radar screens. You can make the barrier.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
All right, everybody. So these are my two brilliant guests that I brought in to share with us an easy way on how we can actually make a difference. I invite you to still share this out to as many people as you can, because this ceremony that we've created exists outside of time and space, and watching the replay and doing it then, it's just as effective. Anytime the storm comes into your mind, whatever energy technique pops up for you, take a moment and send a little energy, and together we can all make a difference. It's been really powerful, and I thank you all for being here. So namaste. See you again.
Namaste. Thanks.